One and all, welcome back to another edition of the Average Guy's Guide to Life podcast. You know who I am. You know what this is, you bitch. You bitch. I'm an idiot. I am a proud idiot, though. I am not ashamed to say that I've had my slow moments. They're so very few and far between as far as like unbridled idiocy. Sometimes I'm an idiot on purpose, and sometimes I catch myself being an idiot and I stop mid-idiot, okay? But the other moments where I'm just doing something fucking stupid and I don't realize it until afterwards, those are the moments I cherish. I really love those. So today on this podcast, I'm going to give you some insight into just how stupid I can be. Some of it was purposely stupid. Some of it was accidentally stupid. And this is in honor of my dummy of the week. My dummies of the week, I should say. Because it's more than one of you. It's like you guys are like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? My dummies, my big dummies of the week are any man in a committed relationship or married that got the balls to ask your wife for an open relationship arrangement. That's just dumb. What? No, what did you think was going to happen? You lose half your stuff. That's exactly what's going to happen. No woman in her right mind would agree to that. No one, and if she does, then you should be worried, sir. You should be definitely worried. Because if she says, yeah, why not? Go right ahead. Go get the fucking. I don't care. That means that she's out there doing the dicks. While you out there trying, because trust me, if you've reached this stage in your relationship, you're probably balding and got a beer belly, and you just see a woman and you're like, man, I wish I wasn't married. If I was married, I'd be having sex with so many women. I'd be fucking her and fucking her. And then you finally get the balls to go and ask your wife like an idiot for an open arrangement, thinking that you look better than you do or you got more game than you do when you don't. And she probably still look halfway decent. Let's just say you're both in your 40s. Okay. You look every bit of 42. And she looked maybe like every bit of 36, 35. So you out there, shooting your shot at the young honeys. And you shoot nothing but fucking bricks right off the backboard. Ricocheting off the backboard. Big ass bricks. It's like you ain't even got a ball. You literally just shooting a slab of concrete at the rim. And if it's not a brick, a hard no or a hard pass, you just shooting air balls. They just ignoring your bald ass, your fat ass. They just ignoring you. And she like, yeah, you just gave me permission to go do Jason Momoa dick. Without any strings attached. I'm just about to go do me some Chris Pratt penis. Dumb fuck. And while you come home all sad and shit, not able to get any extra booty, extra booty. She come home with a big ass smile on her face. Out there getting a straight mandingo dick in. So you fellas would just, I don't know, the arrogance and the stupidity to ask your wives for open arrangements. You're my dummies of the week. Okay, I gotta pick on you a little bit. You guys are fucking stupid. Almost as stupid as me. The first example I'm going to give you of my stupidity and a not so smooth transition is when I and a small group of my best friends used to have this thing called Blackass. It was a project of sorts. It was a video project right at the infancy of YouTube. We were teenagers at the time. MySpace was a thing, but I don't think Facebook had materialized yet. So it was mostly MySpace. If you remember Tagged was still there. And the infancy of YouTube, but it wasn't nearly the monster that it is now. And I had a camcorder. It was a little $100 Walmart camcorder. Think of maybe a GoPro before GoPros were a thing, right? And this is also at the infancy and before the boom of digital technology, where you had a fucking capable camera attached to every cell phone. This was before that. You had to buy a real digital camera if you wanted digital camera quality. Now, the name of this project was Blackass. One word, compound word, no hyphen. Blackass. Are any of my listeners out there familiar with the show and the movies Jackass? With Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville and Bam Margera and Ryan, God rest his soul. You know, and Chris Pontius and Wee Man. Brian Kadilaki, I think I'm saying that name right. You know, those guys. Jackass. If you're around the same age group that I am, I'm a late stage millennial. Unfortunately, I still fall in the category of a millennial, but I'm one of the older millennials. So if you fall into the same age group as me, you'll probably thoroughly remember Jackass, or at least remember what it was. Me in my teenage years, I was obsessed with Jackass. Bam Margera was my fucking hero for some reason. He just seemed like he had everything together but nothing together at the same fucking time. He was like controlled chaos. And sometimes not even control. Just chaos for the sake of fucking chaos. And I had mad respect for Johnny Knoxville too. Just for the fucking balls he had. Like, I was wrapped up into watching all of those fucking shows. Jackass, The Wild Boys, I forget the other one. Viva La Bam. Yeah, I watched all the movies. That was my shit. So with my small group of friends, which we were all black, I coined the name Blackass. Because it was just basically us, a small group of black fellas, doing the same shit that Jackass guys would be doing. But on a substantially smaller budget. We couldn't strap rockets to our backs or nothing like that. Or go running with the bulls. You know, we couldn't do shit like that to put ourselves in mortal danger. We had to come up with original ideas to put ourselves in mortal danger. Or just make ourselves look incredibly stupid. Or embarrass ourselves damn near on purpose. Sometimes by accident, but, you know, we still got the result we wanted. I would like to think of myself as the Knoxville of the group, because I was always up for doing any stunt. But my big homie Paul B is Paul Bunyan. That's not his real name, but that was his jackass name, Paul B. So Paul B, he wanted to be the Johnny Knoxville. You know, kind of be the lead role, even though he wouldn't do all the stunts. And I'm like, fine, you could take that role. You could be that. I'll just be Bam. Even though it's my camera, you know, I'm coming up with the stunts. I'm doing them, but whatever. It was all fucking stupid anyway. It was all the dumbest shit you could possibly think of. Like, looking back at it now, I wish I would have continued to do it, because it probably would have become like a real YouTube thing, but you know, you can't ever project these things. So let me give you an example of one of our stunts, right? So let's see, me, Big Tom, Paul B. My name's Dirty, by the way. So it's Dirty, Paul B, Big Tom, and Nikki, right? And sometimes we'd have a guest star. Sometimes we'd have a guest. Now, one of the stunts that I coordinated was we were going to do an obstacle course. Someone on the block, on the west side of Chicago, his name's Jason. So Jason had this ferocious dog that always looked like it wanted to eat everything. Didn't fucking care. You pushing your baby in a stroller down there, it's gonna eat your fucking baby. Okay, let me not think about what I just said there. But you know what I mean. This thing wanted to rip the face off of everything that had a face. So I get the bright idea. Hey, why don't you take your dog from out of the yard and let it chase us? You know, let this ferocious giant animal that probably doesn't have any sort of home training, probably getting treated like shit behind closed doors, being teased, probably getting punched in the head. Poor dog. Poor fucking dog. Didn't care when it was in public. It just wanted to take all that frustration out on society. And I'm like, fuck it. Let it take it out on me. So I'm like, let's set up an obstacle course through the hood and let the dog chase us. Set up some garbage cans, maybe some cones, jump over a couple of fences. The dog won't be able to keep up with us. I was on the track team and the football team. I'm fast as fuck. Like, everybody knew me and Big Tom, we the fast ones. We're the fast ones. Now, the finish was supposed to be me diving into a trash can, right? And that was it. Then he would run and come get his dog. Like, I would run down the block, around the corner, through the alley, around the obstacles, through the trash can, and then he would come get his dog. I asked anybody if they wanted to volunteer with me. No one did. Not even Big Tom. Big Tom like, no, I'm sitting this one out, bro. I'm just going to sit this one out. I mean, me and you, we pretty fast, but, that dog got teeth and shit. And I'm not trying to play around with that. Me, I'm like, you fucking cowards. What are you so afraid of? It's just a dog. If it bites you, you're going to bleed a little bit, but it's just a little blood. It's the big fucking deal. So I'm like, all right, fine. Jason, go get your dog. Let's get this shit going. So I'm running. I get a good head start, too. He gave me like a 3-second head start. So I'm going. I take off. Then he let the dog off the leash. Then I hear, I'm like, I'm almost halfway through the fucking obstacle course. This isn't even going to be a good payoff at the finish. I wanted at least the dog to look like it was going to bite me. I'm fucking burning this dog. And then right as I'm thinking that, the dog is next to me. Next to me with the most vicious look. It's like it didn't even see another thing. Like, it wasn't even seeing a person, like a standing up human. It saw meat, and it saw me as meat. I could see this looking into this dog's lack of a soul. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I hit an extra gear, try to take off, and then I'm at the end of the obstacle course. I crash into the garbage can, and I roll through, and I'm expecting him to be right there to corral his fucking animal. I didn't realize that we were running at fucking peak speeds, and he would at least be a few clicks behind. So as I crash into the garbage can, the dog is trying to rip my fucking foot off of my body. So luckily my reflexes kick in before he can get a good chomp. But I saw his mouth coming open, and right next to us was another yard, and I didn't know who the fuck lived there. I didn't give a shit. In one foul swoop, I leaped over that fucking fence into the yard, and the dog followed me. And I leaped over a taller fence to get out of the yard, and luckily the dog was stuck. Couldn't leap over that one. It didn't have arms to pull itself up. So that's one of the instances where we did something extremely stupid on our Blackass video project, what I'm gonna call it. And I was normally the one doing this dumb shit. Like I took a spear. If you don't know what a spear is like a tackle. It's like a football tackle, but you're not trying to protect yourself. You're not running away. It's like a wrestling maneuver. You know, if you've ever seen wrestling, Edge does a spear, Batista does a spear, Goldberg does a spear. You know what a spear is. Someone's tackling you in your torso midsection, like full force. So I took a spear from Tom, threw a trash can for no reason. I made probably one of the sickest grunts. I probably can't even recreate the grunt I made when being tackled. Um, let's see. I ate a concoction of like week old potato salad, pickle juice, hot sauce, applesauce, and I forget what was the last thing in there. And I was eating it dressed as a woman for some reason. I had on a dress and some heels and like a wig, and I was eating this concoction. I think it was something my sisters dared me to do because they didn't think I was serious about my Blackass project. It was like, so you'll do anything. My sisters are fucking cunts. So when I tell them I'm doing this, they're like, oh, you're just doing stupid stuff, huh? So you're just out there doing any kind of stupid thing, like anything anyone can think of. So you'll do anything, huh? So if we get this bowl and just fill it with stuff, you'll eat it? Cunts. Yeah, I ended up eating that shit. So yeah, that was Blackass. That was Blackass. We had and our initiation was probably super immature. It was called the Ultimate Wedgie. Uh, in order to join the fraternity, in order to join, you had to take the Ultimate Wedgie, and it didn't count unless you were fully lifted off of your feet. Like both feet had to be elevated off of the ground, and that's what constitutes an Ultimate Wedgie. Uh, Probably not very good for your prostate going forward, but who the fuck was thinking about prostates back then? We just wanted to hurt each other and be stupid on camera. Now, those were all stupid things that we were doing on purpose. Were they admittedly dumb? Yeah. But we had a camera. We're trying to capture our stupidity in action. Blackass is still remembered fondly by everyone in that small little group. But like I said, it was purposely stupid. It was stupid for the sake of being stupid. But around the same time, around the same age, I was doing something stupid, probably a lot dumber and more dangerous than that, without even knowing it. And it wasn't recorded. It wasn't for recording purposes. It was dumb, and it was also kind of desperate. It was, yeah. And it wasn't on purpose. This was just me being an idiot. Now, let me give you some backstory here. Me and Big Tom, best friends, right? Best friends to the end. I don't know if anyone out there would remember chat lines, right? Not like Facebook or not like instant messenger back in the day, like legit chat lines. You used to call a hot number or a hotline, like a 1-800 number or some shit like that, and you just connected with a random fucking person and you were talking to them. You just talked to someone. You didn't know what they looked like, none of that shit. You just knew what they sounded like and their description of themselves and, you know, whatever they told you during the conversation. Now, I never participated in any of the shit, partially because I didn't have a phone, but also because, you know, I found it to be dumb. Like, why the fuck would I talk to somebody that I can't even see? Seems like a waste of fucking time. To me. You know, could be wrong. Maybe someone found their wife or their husband on a fucking chat line back in the day. The percentage of that is pretty slim to nil, if you ask me, but it's possible. Yeah, anything's possible, you know. So, Tom, I didn't know, was doing this in his spare time, just calling one of these chat lines. I guess he got put on by one of his brothers that used to do it, so he decided that he would partake in it in his spare time as well. And he was speaking to this young lady. And this young lady had a friend. Now, I'm already skeptical. I don't want to be talking to nobody. But at the time, it was a good source of entertainment and a good way to pass the time. Like, I wasn't taking it seriously at all. I'm being super condescending, super patronizing, like a uber dick. Just because it was funny. It's hilarious. But the primary conversation between Tom and the other girl was, you know, more serious. We would all talk to each other on speaker anyway. It's like two girls on one line and me and Tom on the other side of the phone. And then when things got a little too crazy, Tom would just take over and talk to the other girl one on one or whatever. So when things were starting to get serious, Tom wanted me to escort him at the request of the girl he was talking about or talking to go and meet up for like a double date scenario. Now, I didn't want to do this. I really didn't. And the description that the friend gave me was something that I found to be appealing. Like, the description she gave was something that any man would be like, oh, okay, you might look nice in real life. But I was also like, you might be full of shit. I wasn't that interested in seeing originally, right? But as the story goes on, I don't like to fail either. So my interest peaks. And you'll know what I mean when I continue the story when I say I'm failing. So me and Tom, I'm like, fuck it. Okay, let's go. They lived in a far south suburb that we needed to commute to on the bus. I'm like, all right, fuck it. We don't have anything to do today anyway. Let's do it. So we go, and about an hour in, we have to transfer to another bus. Now, we're told that we need to get off at a bus terminal. And this is a city bus, so it stops at multiple terminals. Neither I or him have a cell phone. Neither I or him have extra money. Our arrangement was that once we got there, they would give us money to go back. Pending that we actually get there. So we get on after an hour of commuting on the train. We transferred after an hour of commuting on a bus and then a train. We have to get on another bus. So yeah, this sounds like some desperado shit, boy. So we was trying to go to the end of the world for the possibility of getting some action or time anyway. So we get on the second bus after the train and we enter a terminal. So we're like, okay, I guess this is where we get off. So we got off and they said they would meet us. We know what the description of their attire was. So we're just gonna sit there and wait for them to show up. Long story short, the motherfuckers didn't show. And we thinking, oh, these bitches done stood us up. These stank bitches done stood us up. I can't believe this shit. So now we fucking stranded. All the way in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. So we say, fuck it. We gotta go. Like, we gotta get somewhere. So we just start walking, and we walk all the way back to the train, and we start panhandling. Like, hey, you got a dollar? You got a dollar? You got a bus pass? You want to put me on the train? Can you put me on the train? And eventually, after about half an hour, we ended up having enough to both get on the train, and we both salty as fuck. I don't think we said one word to each other the entire way back to his house. We didn't say a goddamn thing. We just knew that night we were going to get on the fucking phone with these bitches and figure out why the fuck you stood us up, you dirty hoes. Like, I wasn't even interested at first, but now I'm just angry. I'm angry because me and him made this trip. My time is involved now, ho. I could have been playing motherfucking WWE SmackDown this whole time. This whole time, I could have been wasting my life staring at the motherfucking video game screen. And I would never have this experience to talk about on a podcast right now. God damn it. My time was wasted. Anyway, so we get back and we talk to them, and they're like, dummies, you got off at the wrong terminal. The first bus terminal is just a bus stop. It just looks like a terminal. You're supposed to get off at the end of the line bus terminal. Yeah, like the fuck we knew that. Like the fuck we knew that. So, we just looking stupid at this point. Like, oh, shit. And now we feeling kind of stupid. And they laughing at our expense. And we like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, we've never been that far south. We've never been on that side of town. So we were bound to make some mistakes. Especially since our dumbass didn't have no cell phones. So we had to reschedule. And this is quite frankly one of the dumbest things I've ever participated in my entire life. We reschedule to meet each other at the Bud Billiken Parade. Right? And if you're not from the Chicago area, you don't know what the Bud Billiken Parade is. It's a parade basically during the end of summer where kids are getting ready to go back to school, and the purpose of the parade originally was to celebrate and supply the kids with school supplies and to celebrate the beginning of the new school year. People passing out merch, radio stations got floats, and, not-for-profits are out, and thousands upon thousands of people flood this parade every fucking year. It's a sea of people. Bands are out, local artists are out. It was always a big thing. And we planned to meet these two people at the Bud Billiken Parade. Now, they had a cell phone. They shared a cell phone. So we figured at least this time we can get a good beeline on where they are. Right? So we're like, fuck it. All right. Let's just go do it. At least, it'll be something to do. So we get all nice, dressed up, trying to look our best with our bird chest. Well, I didn't have a bird chest. I was pretty ripped, son. But so we're like, all right, fuck it. But the problem still remains. Just like the first attempt, the second attempt, we didn't have cell phones and we didn't have money to get back where we were going. So we go there on a one-way trip to the fucking Bud Billiken Parade. And of course, when we get there, it's a sea of fucking people everywhere. It's like looking for two needles in a big-ass haystack. And we knew what they were wearing, though. We knew that at least. We knew what they were going to be wearing. White t-shirt, blue jeans, white Air Force Ones. Let me say that again. White t-shirt, blue jeans, white Air Force Ones. That's what they were wearing. It turns out that summer that look must have been very popular because about 10,000 other motherfuckers was wearing the same shit, including us. So the odds of us finding them were astronomical. We would have had to have some fucking Professor X type of cerebral powers to find these bitches. Needless to say, we walked around the parade aimlessly looking for people we've never even seen before. That's the dumb part. We were told what they would look like over the phone, but we never actually saw pictures of them. So we just knew what they were wearing, which is what everyone else was wearing, and a vocal description of what we think they look like. So we could have walked past them bitches a million times and would have never known. We would have to walk there and just randomly talk to people and say, hey, you recognize my voice? Hey, you recognize my voice? Hey, you recognize my voice? Just to try and, oh yeah, Chris, oh Tom. Like, they didn't know what the fuck we looked like either. We'd have to go around whispering in bitches' ears, trying to find a match. So we walked around for about an hour, and aimlessly, obviously. So we didn't find anybody. We tried to call them on the payphone at the gas station. We what do we have? Oh, we asked people for the gas station for quarters, and so we can call them. And of course, they didn't answer the phone. So our dumbass stranded again. And lucky for us, it started raining on top of that. And we didn't have no fucking umbrellas. Of course not. Why? Why would we bring umbrellas? We two people out here looking for ghosts. You know? So, of course, we didn't bring any umbrellas. So now we walking home. Somebody called us twins on the way home. We're trying to... Now, me and Tom had the great idea to walk all the way home until we realized how fucking far that was. So, during the rain, we're walking next to a train. And the train scaffolding is up high. So it's an elevated track train. And while we're walking past all of these beams that hold the track up, Tom asks, do you think we should climb up there? Climb up the fucking beam of the track. And he's serious. He's dead serious. And I'm like, and my dumbass didn't say no. My dumbass said, maybe. Maybe we should climb up the side of the train while it's raining. Maybe. He like, man, it's a far ass walk. That's that's our best bet. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Why? Why did I agree to do these things? So anyway, we wait until we're in an isolated area where no one's outside and the beam of the track matches up with an entrance of the station. Okay. So we just wouldn't be climbing up the fucking beam to be standing on the track. That would be stupid. I mean, we're already in deep, stupid territory, but that would be just like unforgivably stupid. So we wait until we match a beam that matches the entrance of a station. And we fucking Nathan Drake that shit. We went straight uncharted on that shit. That's probably one of the biggest accomplishments in my life. Seriously. Like, I couldn't, like, desperate times will make you do dumb shit. I mean, they do call for desperate measures. And when you face to face with that sort of situation, it's either fucking make it or die. Because that's not like a little fall. That's a very tall fall. And for him to have confidence enough in me to make the climb, and for me to have as much confidence in him to make the climb, said a lot about our friendship at that time, especially during the rain. And we made it. We made it in one trip, and we made it fast as fuck, actually. We were up that fucking beam in about 30 seconds. We climbed up that motherfucker. Because we also didn't want to get caught by the staff, by the employee that was set to be at the entrance point. So yeah, that's definitely the top 5 dumbest shit I've ever done in my life. Ever. Like, besides the whole not knowing what somebody looked like and going to a parade to try and find them wearing the same outfit as about 10,000 other people, and climbing a metal beam at least 30 feet in the air, if not more, while it's raining, and a train could come at any time and just shake you off of that motherfucker, So definitely the dumbest thing I've ever did. Now, I eventually did end up going to meet this person because, like I said in the beginning of this story, I don't like failing or failure. I don't like it. I wasn't interested in dating this person. Maybe slightly, maybe like 3 out of 10 if she was actually what she said. But in my heart of hearts, I knew she wasn't. Come on. I just wanted to be the one that actually made it. Like me and Tom tried twice, and he said that he would never try again. He was done with it. And I'm like, fuck this shit. We put this much work in. We got stranded twice. We almost killed ourselves. Fuck this shit. I gotta at least see if it is what it is. It wasn't what it wasn't. It was a lie. It was all a lie. I made sure I had money this time though. So I went there, dressed nice, looked clean, fresh lining. Went there. She walking down the street, big girl, dirty face, Kool-Aid stain on a white tee. She says, "You, Chris." I say no. Back on the bus, turned around, went home. Bam. End of story. That actually happened. But the awkward part was Tom actually liked the other girl, so I had to go back and pretend to like old Kool-Aid stain. So anyway, that's a look into my idiocy, folks. Hopefully you had fun at my expense. I know you did. Because who doesn't like laughing at other people and pointing the finger? It's always fun, isn't it? Unless you're, one of those people that actually care about people and shit. One of those rare folks. Anyway, hope your week is going good. Hope you're taking care of business and all that shit. Not getting stressed out. Not having too much unprotected sex. Whatever. Have a good day. Bye.